The staff and students of the Basseterre High School were finally reunited after 5 turbulent years during the handing over ceremony of a temporary compound in Taylors. On Monday, January 4th, when school reopened after the Christmas vacation, the staff and students of the Federation's largest high school were visibly jubilant as they attended the highly anticipated ceremony. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, said that the occasion was a special one for him, as he was a past student of the Basseterre High School.
I want to adopt the protocol in the interest of time. It has been extensively laid out by you, and I want to commend all those who have been recognized. Say if I crave the indulgence to identify respectfully the members of the cabinet who are here. We have the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, the Honourable Sean Richards, who is well known to the education fraternity. We have equally the Senior Minister, the Honourable Van Samry and Premier of Nevis. I want to especially bid him welcome. He having served for many years as an educator and principal, I think it was at the Charlestown High School. Could we give a special hand of welcome to our Premier and Senior Minister? And equally, I want to recognize the Honourable Lindsay Grant. He himself is a former student of this school, sixth form. And I also want to welcome the Honourable Ian Patches-Liebert, our Minister of Public Infrastructure and representative for East Basseterre. Equally, I take pleasure in welcoming the Lady Senator, the Honourable Wendy Phipps. Could we also bid her a hand of welcome? And I recognize also within the high delegation of government representative, the Ambassador, the Honourable Sam Kanda and Mrs. Kanda. I want especially to recognize Mr. Osbert D'Souza, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister. He had a stint at the Basseterre High School. We also want equally to recognize the new Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and your former principal at the Basseterre High School, Mrs. Carlin Morton. Before her, we had also Mrs. Erlene Blythe Roberts, who has returned, and I want to bid her a special welcome. For many years, she provided leadership at this particular school. It is a pleasure for me to come and to be part of this milestone development in the life of the Basseterre High School, and by extension, the life of the education sector. Basseterre High School is special to me as it has been my alma mater, and it gave me 2 wonderful years here at the sixth form, which was then housed here. So it is very special. And so for all the nice things that have been said about the school hitherto, I join in congratulating the school for a stalwart contribution to education over the years. Our lady chairperson said we were off to, did you say first start? She declined from that. We were off to a new start on the first day of the new school year. And we are indeed grateful that we are here at a brand new location, opening a brand new modern facility. This is a beautiful edifice by any measure. And although it has been described as the temporary location for the Basseterre High School, this structure will withstand the test of time for many years because it has been expertly built, if I may say that. So we want to give a round of applause to the team of people who put this facility together with you in mind, and most importantly, according to the Director of Public Works, They not only delivered on time, they delivered in terms of the quality. So again, another round of applause to all those who have been part of this. I want, before making some very brief observations in the interest of time, to congratulate the school for an excellent performance in the recently concluded Carnival celebrations, and in particular to name Miss Kadima Blanchett, the new Miss Talented Teen, to recognize also the excellent performance of Tiandra Francis that saw her winning the Junior Calypso Monarch. And we should not forget that Kikwan McDonnell placed, I think, third in the Calypso final also. We commend all of them and offer them all congratulations. We are together again, we were told. We are together again at the Basseterre High School. Former graduates of this school and the current intake of students who for over the last several years have been separated by space and by other distractions. Today then is a fresh start. We have come together for good. We have come together to ensure that the home of the students is a place in which all of them can congregate, can learn through the interaction with each other, and enhance their commitment to a viable education being delivered at a single location. I am advised that from today, first formers, second formers, third formers, and fourth formers will now be part of this new location. 24 classrooms, I am advised, are now housed here. And the learning support is also now at this school. We are together again. And the Basseterre High School, we were promised by Mr. Shiverton, for all of this will do exceedingly well in 2016. Put your hands together for the school. In a sense, this is a good day. And yet when we reflect upon it and the circumstances that brought us here, it is a day which perhaps if wisdom had prevailed, would not have come so late. For more than 3 years, students, teachers, auxiliary workers at the Basseterre High School complained of discomfort in their physical surrounding, and the health and safety of all those who will enter the compound of the Basseterre High did not become the predominant issue for the decision makers at the time. The Basseterre High School then had to entertain a shift system, as did the Washington Archibald High School, which was impacted by the shifts arrangement. We are happy that in less than 1 year, the new Team Unity administration brought an end to what was a difficult experience, the shift system. And we want to thank the teachers, the students, the parents, and guardians for enduring a 3-year ordeal. And we thank them for their continuing support and collaboration with the leadership of the school. We built this school facility at a cost to the National Treasury of some $5 million. $5 million we invested to get this facility all done, all completed for the start of this new school term. We saw it not as a charge against the public finances, but as an investment in the future of St. Kitts and Nevis. We invested because we care for the students, we care for the teachers, We care for all those involved in giving support to the purveying of a quality education. We invested not just because we had the wherewithal to do so. We invested with the expectation that this investment must bring dividends to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Dividends we will measure in terms of the quality output from the school. Yes, we expect the dividends in terms of a student output that is capable of seizing the opportunities in St. Kitts and Nevis and beyond. But even more importantly, we invested with the expectations that dividends will come because the output of this school, the young men and young women who will graduate from this school in time to come, they would be able to create new opportunities. They will be innovative and they will bring much benefit to St. Kitts and Nevis society in terms of their creativity and contribution in ICT, in arts, in culture, and indeed all areas of human endeavor. So yes, we invested $5 million in furtherance of national development. We invested $5 million in the anticipation that this is an investment in self-reliance. Because unless the new cadre of graduates of this school and all our centers of learning are committed to self-reliance, we will certainly not have the kind of wholesome development that we as a small island must always ascribe to. Yes, we invested. We invested because Basseterre High School had a proud history of which we stand in support. We invested because we were encouraged by the wealth of talent and academic prowess demonstrated by the students of this school and indeed in all our high schools at Nevis and in St. Kitts. I want to urge all of us to always keep in mind the motto of this school: Principia non homines, principles, not men. Some words from your school song are quite fitting, and I want to remind you of some of these statements from the school song. As students and teachers of the Basseterre High, together we stand firm, and you stood firm over the years of the physical facility being not satisfactorily organized. You said you will stand firm to fight all ill with iron will from start to end of term. With integrity, obedience, your character you will mold, that you might face life challenges with a forefront brave and bold. This is quite apt and fitting at this time. And at this time, for their boldness and for their bravery, I want to commend teacher Jennifer Williams, who has given 26 years to the education sector. She stood bravely and lonely in front all of the world and bare her body for those to see that at the old compound of the Basseterre High School, something had gone awry. Let's give Jennifer again a round of applause for her determination to fight with iron will from start to end of term. Claudine Saunders, the professor de Francais at your school, she too on occasions came under public scrutiny, and yet with the words of your song, she stood brave and bold. Equally, I was moved one day listening to Win Radio when I heard the voice of one Kimberly Knight speaking to the travesty, which was travesty that was happening at this high school. Let us again commend her for standing firm, strong, and bold against the odds. We have come this far, and without the excellent leadership of Colleen Henry Morton, the Basseterre High School would not have remained intact, resilient, and strong as it did. So I record our appreciation and the country's abiding appreciation for the excellent leadership under the most challenging of circumstances by Mrs. Henry Morton and her school. I want to thank the media, and some of them are here like Lakeisha Hewlett of The Observer, because they rendered yeoman public service in highlighting the difficult circumstances which this school, and by extension the education sector, faced over a lengthy period. Could you give the beautiful Lakeisha standing a round of applause? And equally, Tony Frederick did a tremendously good job. I thank them all for that particular approach. I want to close by challenging you, the students, to strive for certain developmental goals. I want to challenge you to strive to be responsible citizens with a sense of national and global identity. The modern education system must equip you as a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis to be a citizen of the world. Your marketplace is no longer St. Kitts and Nevis. Your marketplace, your call to duty, is now as a citizen of a shrinking world. I challenge you to be resilient so that you can face the challenges and the changes that will come. I challenge you to develop a deeper love for learning and knowledge. I challenge you to practice in your school now, to work collaboratively and in teams. And I want you, and the members of the clergy will take note, to exercise moral judgment in dealing with others. I want you equally to acknowledge that there is a supreme being. In the preamble of our Constitution, we say proudly that we are a nation under God. And while for most part we accept and we must live in peace with every religion and with every denomination, let it be known that our history, our present, and our future is that we are a Christian society under God. And we proudly proclaim that. To the teachers, I urge you not to grow weary in executing your jobs with empathy and professionalism. Always seek to uphold the rich tradition set before you. On this, the first day of the second school term, our teachers must also be admonished to uphold the good standards of education and equally to persevere. Reach for the stars. The sky is the limit. If the teachers demonstrate it, the student will adopt it. So do have a safe and productive and successful school term. Thank you very much. All the very best to the Basseterre High School. May God bless us all.
The Team Unity Administration has committed to begin the construction of a brand new modern facility for the Basseterre High School this year.